So next topic is non-toxic goiter. Okay, non-toxic goiter. We discussed priorly Graves' disease and toxic nodular goiter. In toxic nodular goiter, the exophthalmos is absent. It is also the symptoms they are followed with this is cardiac arrhythmias and cardiac failure, that is CCF. The condition is common over the age of 50. Okay, and there is hyperplasia, nodular hyperplasia with inactive tissues with this toxic nodular goiter. Now the next we are going to discuss next topic is non-toxic goiter. This is the third part of hyperfunctions of thyroid gland. Okay, non-toxic goiter. It is nothing but a simple enlargement of thyroid gland. It is nothing but the simple enlargement of thyroid gland. Simple enlargement of thyroid gland. It is not associated with secretions of thyroid hormone. This non-toxic goiter, it is a simple enlargement of thyroid gland and it is not associated with the decrease or increase the secretions, hormonal secretions. There are two types of this non-toxic goiter. There are two types of non-toxic goiter. You can write down simultaneously because it is not given in the slides. Okay. So this non-toxic goiter, it is of two types. The first one is parenchymatous and the second one is colloid. Parenchymatous and colloid. This parenchymatous type, it is again divided into two, that is diffuse hyperplasia and nodular hyperplasia. This parenchymatous type, in this parenchymatous type, there are again two subtypes. Either there is diffuse hyperplasia or nodular hyperplasia. In this diffuse hyperplasia, the gland consists of small packed acini which are lined by the cells and containing poorly stained colloid. It contains poorly stained colloid. Okay. Now, understood with this diffuse hyperplasia, the gland consists of small packed acini. They are lined by the cells and which contains poorly stained colloid. The second part is nodular hyperplasia of parenchymatous type. The first we discussed about diffuse hyperplasia. The second one is nodular hyperplasia. This is a later stage that it comes afterward. The areas of marked hyperplasia causes atrophy of parenchyma and it is always associated with iodine deficiency. Nodular hyperplasia, it is always associated with, it causes atrophy of parenchyma and it is associated with iodine deficiency. Okay, so parenchymatous type, there are two types, diffuse hyperplasia and nodular hyperplasia. The diffuse hyperplasia, it contained the small packed acini lined by the cells and that is connective tissue epithelium and containing poorly stained colloidal cells or poorly stained colloid itself. The second type is nodular hyperplasia. This is the later stage and the areas of marked hyperplasia causes atrophy of parenchyma and it is associated with iodine deficiency. Now the second one, that is colloidal type of this non-toxic goiter. When we call it as colloid type, here the enlarged gland, this is the gland, it becomes very much translucent and brown color It is due to large amount of this colloid, the large amount of stored colloid. Because of this, the color of this gland, it becomes translucent and brownish in color, dark brownish in color. This is very much common in women and appears mainly at the puberty age, or it may become this prominent at the pregnancy. Usually there are no symptoms, but pressure effects may develop if thyroid is retrosternal. If the thyroid is retrosternal, the pressure effects may appear. That is where this pressure can, you can feel this pressure. What was the back organ? Yes, it is trachea, no? It is trachea. And if it is retrosternal, what is retrosternal?
Backside.
Yes. So back of the
Sternum.
backside,
Yes.
placed it at the backside of sternum, then it may shows the pressure effects. The first thing it causes, that is pressure on trachea, and the clinical sign on which we can reveal this is the stridor. That is a very much hussing sound. It can come from the, it starts coming from the trachea, stridor. That is something is choked in trachea. Then the sound which comes after choking, it also comes whenever any foreign body get lodged in the trachea, and the name of that voice is stridor. The second effect of this gland, pressure effect, it is it pressurizes the laryngeal node, so it gives rise to hoarseness of voice. Because of pressure effects on larynx, it gives rise to hoarseness of voice. Usually, it found this particular colloid type of glandular enlargement. Usually, it is found in the mountain areas with iodine deficiency. Okay, whenever there is iodine deficiency, and at which site, which areas it is morely marked, it is in the mountain areas. Whenever there is iodine deficiency, the areas like Switzerland, then Himalayas and Andes. So in that particular part of the world, this iodine deficiency is marked, very much marked. Now, what is the mechanism of this goiter formation? Why this iodine deficiency causes this enlargement of gland? Yes, what is the reason? This lack of iodine, that is deficient production of thyroid hormone. It gives rise to deficient production of thyroid hormone, and it will give rise to stimulate the TSS secretions. Okay, so the enlargement of thyroid to the extract mechanism of amount, it gives rise to the similarly the effect which appears with the amount of iodine from the blood, how much iodine is extracted from the blood. Okay, so this enlargement of thyroid gland occurs, that is due to iodine deficiency, lack of iodine deficiency. It directly act on the thyroid hormone. There is deficient amount of thyroid hormones get releases or get forms. And why this lack of iodine causes this deficient amount of TSH? What is the reason? Any other reason? Yes. Is there is any other reason? Yes. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what happens with this iodine?
deficient production of thyroid hormone.
That is given, but why? What is the name of this T3? What is the other name of T3?
Thyroxine.
No, that is T4. T3 is triiodothyronine.
Triiodothyronine.
Due to deficient iodine, or there is due to iodine deficiency, there is less formation of T3 and T4 hormone.
Yes, so
If they
thyroxine and triiodothyronine. Okay.
Yes.
Monoiodothyronine, they get converted into triiodothyronine. And diiodothyronine, it is converted into T4, that is thyroxine. Okay.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So, in the conditions of hypothyroidism, we will see the exact mechanism. We are going to discuss what is the exact mechanism of this iodine, how it proves helpful for production of this particular thyroid hormone. Okay, what is the exact role? What is the exact role of this iodine in production of this hormone? That we are going to discuss in detail while discussing hypothyroidism. So our next topic will be hypothyroidism, and this we are going to discuss on next Wednesday. Okay, so our lectures in next week will be on Wednesday. So before that, please read this topics which are taught in this particular week, that is from Wednesday to Saturday. You prepare these topics. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And if you want to join this lectures which are I'm going to take with the junior, you can also get attached, or I will send you the link if you want to take part in this Monday and Tuesday lectures, that is the juniors. Okay, your juniors, if you want to listen that lectures, all of you are welcome. Okay. So for revision pathology, because we are going to revise the degenerations again. Okay, topic of degeneration, that is amyloid lipoidal degeneration, then glycogen infiltration, mucoidal degeneration, all these things we are going to discuss in that particular lecture. So if you want, I will send you link at the same time, 3 to 4 p.m. because I think there is no lecture for 3 to 4 p.m. For your batch on Monday and Tuesday, no? So that,
Yes, ma'am.
other than to sit in this wasting time, you can join this meetings also, okay, if you want.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to send the link on Monday to your group. Those who want to attend, they can attend. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Is there
Yes.
any query for today's lecture?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. So 29 participants are there today.
Yes, ma'am.
Please send me your attendance, okay, after ending. So I'm going to end this meeting today. We will meet on Monday or Wednesday, okay? Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Okay, bye. Take care.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. See you tomorrow.
Bye. No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. On Monday.
Your holiday.
Yes, yes. Monday.
Some